happened. Yeah, a lot of really interesting things came out of last night's ceremony. That apparently not even in the UK is actually broadcast live. So the only people that saw the EE, yes, it is the EE.
What does that even stand for?
He told me a long time ago, I don't remember. EE is like orange. It was orange last year, and now it's EE because EE bought orange. That's the reason why it's actually a phone company.
As long as it's not everyone else like it was in Knowing.
Yeah, no lie. Which is funny because that's Biggie Langston's shoot name is actually, his initials are EE, so that's funny. Okay. Notice the humor I'm throwing out right now. Last night was the BAFTAs, and it's really interesting because sometimes award shows just go by the book, like everybody you expect to win is going to win. I wanted a night that wasn't like this. I'm not exactly sure what I'm thinking right now. I don't know if this changed anything. I know that the Oscars are actually being voted on right now. I think 2 days ago it started, like 3 days ago now since it's Monday. Like, they've been voting for 3 days, so the BAFTAs will play into the effect. But I don't know exactly how much they will. So, like in all the recap videos that we've done, if you're new to the party, then go check out the award show playlist here on Pop. We were basically just going to discuss what we thought of the winners, and that's pretty much it. And we're just going to talk about the award show. A lot of probably awesome references from your host that completely, shoo, we're American, sorry. So, yeah, no idea what some of this is. And oh, by the way, I will tell you on camera, the wonderful commercial that we got to see all night with the guy that had a car for a face when he drank the motor oil.
It wasn't his face, it was his whole head.
That is not a British commercial. That is actually a commercial that comes out of California. And I found this out thanks to Google and thanks to Ashley last night. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out to you guys. Just to you, basically, the weird commercial. Weird commercial. If you're watching BBC America last night.
One where he said, and here we're car people, but for some reason I was only half listening, and I swear to God, the words I heard were, and here we're fucking drunk. I don't know why I heard.
Well, if the shoe fits,
I would have
use it as a phone.
I would have sworn at the time that it happened. But
fair enough.
Anyway, we should probably get going.
Yeah, that's only about not even 3 minutes. We're good.
Let's talk about the category that angered you first. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, producer.
Why? Okay, this was the last time, the very last time that Saving Mr. Banks had a chance to win anything. I did not know about any other movie nominated for this award. And I'm sure obviously they did because Banks didn't win. So, I mean, this was the only chance for Banks to win anything. Obviously, I love Thomas Newman's score a lot. And I'd love to see it win the Oscar because that's the only thing Saving Mr. Banks is nominated for. But yeah, Banks didn't win again tonight. Or last night at the BAFTAs. It went to... What did it win?
Kelly and Victor.
Yeah, I'm sure that movie's awesome.
The paper says Victoria, but I think it's Victor. And that's why it doesn't show up as having an IMDb page.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a great film. I'm sure a lot of people like it, obviously enough to vote for it. But Saving Mr. Banks got robbed numerous times this award season.
What if you see Kelly and Victor sometime down the road and you think it's a masterpiece?
You said this about another thing earlier yesterday, and I said no. I don't care about short-term 12 either. That's what you were referring to when we were talking about our ICC ballots.
So
yeah, that was a big letdown to start off the night. That was wonderful. Oh, by the way, I accidentally went to Twitter and found the first 3 awards accidentally. I was like, the award show's obviously filmed in advance, and like I said, not even the UK gets it on time. It's still tape delayed regardless.
I guess for some reason they want to cut out most of the tech awards, except for cinematography.
Yeah.
Because just to piss you off, they wanted to show a Gravity win.
Of course.
Because, we'll go ahead and talk about this. Gravity won Best Outstanding British Film, and Cuarón took the stage. And as he was leaving, I looked at you and I said, that's Cuarón saying, I'll be right back. And sure enough,
that's true.
Gravity won cinematography, and the cinematographer was not there. I'm not sure how you say his name. He goes by Chivo, but that has nothing to do with his real name.
That sounds fine with me.
And sure enough, Quaron took the stage to accept it for him.
Yeah. Yay.
He wrote a whole note because he knew he was winning.
He shouldn't be surprised anymore that he wins anything, because it's really not been any question this whole award season. As much as I don't want to say, it's just been a guarantee. Philomena not winning this was a big surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted it. I predicted Philomena would win, but it's not surprising that Gravity won.
I didn't know it was British. Really?
Apparently, it was like made in the UK, and that's pretty much how it qualifies.
Yeah, that's what Ashley told me.
Because Quaron's not British, and none of the stars are British. Nothing. The thing is a lot of people thought Philomena would win because it's comes off more as a British movie.
But it didn't go home empty-handed, not at all. But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
You want to go on to the Rising Star Award?
It's interesting, to say the least.
I laughed out loud when this happened.
Yes, you did.
Not because it... I think it's kind of... I mean, okay. It's kind of... Well, first off, it's worth noting that the Rising Star is voted on by the public. That perfectly explains this.
Yeah.
And I guarantee almost everybody that voted for Will Poulter was because they had recently seen We're the Millers.
They're Son of Rambo fans.
Or they love Narnia. He was in one of those, I think.
Sure.
He was also in Wild Bill, which I saw a couple of years ago. The fact that he beat Lupita Nyong'o and Leah Sadu is... I don't know why I found it funny, I guess. Cause
if the public were not voting for that award, there's no way he would have won. I'm not disrespecting him at all, him and his weird eyebrows. I'm saying right now that I like We're the Millers. I mean, a lot of people would say that it's one of the funnier movies of 2013.
And he's really funny.
He is really funny in it. And not just the trailer stuff. He actually has some actual really funny stuff that's not in the trailers, like most comedies nowadays.
His reaction when he's supposed to suck Willie Gosen's dick. Documentary went to the act of killing, which surprised absolutely no one.
No. It's probably, I would say it might be the front runner at this point.
Yeah.
But then again, it's you have foreign language and you have documentary. The thing that's the front runner isn't always guaranteed to win the Academy Award.
Animated went to Frozen, because The Wind Rises wasn't nominated, and because Frozen is basically... The Wind Rises had a good streak going there with the Critics' Awards for a while, and then Frozen just crushed it. I don't even know the last time The Wind Rises won something now. It's been all Frozen for quite some time.
And even the Annies, who are notoriously anti-Disney when it comes down to it, they still gave it to Frozen numerous times.
Something's really taken off in a foreign movie.
Yeah.
Or I was about to call it Best Film Not in the English Language, which, you know...
It's more politically correct.
Yeah, because, you know... Yeah. Because foreign to the UK would be, like, anything.
Yeah. Best American film.
Because we, as Americans, apparently, we only consider foreign...
Stuff with writing on the bottom of the screen.
I think to be fair to the Oscars, I think we say Best Foreign Film, but I think the full Oscar category is Best Foreign Language Film. We just don't say it that way.
We will in the video in a little bit.
The Great Beauty beat Blue is the Warmest Color.
Blue is the Warmest Color just did not... It never got out of the gate this season.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Not it being ineligible for the Oscar probably didn't help its awareness. So most voters, because a lot of Academy voters are also in BAFTA, to my understanding. So I get people just love The Great Beauty now. So I prefer it to a lot of the other. This was a really weak year for foreign language movies, and The Great Beauty was one of the few that I actually thought was okay. So it's basically a 2.5 hour live painting with dancing in it, but there's just something really hypnotic about it. Visual effects went to Gravity. Are you shocked?
No. I really wish something else would take these tech awards away from Gravity, just because it's just getting to be too familiar that it keeps winning. I mean, I'd love to have seen Pacific Rim take this.
makeup and hair. That was American Hustle, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Our first one of the night.
I'm kind of surprised it beat Behind the Candelabra.
I am too, considering the fact that it got so much love. And Matt Damon got nominated. And I
Yeah.
believe it ran for screenplay, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Which just says something about it, and obviously it's still lost. So, and American Hustle was not in the Oscar running, so.
Yeah.
Because it's replaced by the movie that pretty much did nothing in the BAFTAs, Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, none of the nominees for the Oscars are nominated here.
No.
They still snubbed Rush here, which is mind-boggling.
Rush got a major win, though.
Yeah, it's coming up.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Score, or as the BAFTAs call it, original music. That was Stephen Price, wasn't it? For
Yeah,
Gravity.
I think so.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, what do you do, Basil?
Costume design.
Yes. Gatsby reigns supreme.
Yeah, Gatsby with costumes and production design is like it did because it took the costume and production design guilds to.
Yes, it did.
So
Gatsby's a lock now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna roll right into that.
I predicted that Gatsby would win Oscars. I did not say what Oscars. Always listen, Owen.
Yes, let's talk about editing. This is awesome. I wish they had aired this, but they didn't.
I think they didn't air it because they knew you wanted to see it.
Yes, editing went to Rush.
Yeah, it did.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Because it's not in the running for anything, and it's a movie that too many people definitely forgot about.
Yeah, Rush doesn't have a single Oscar nomination.
No, it doesn't.
It should have at least gotten a supporting actor or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was awesome.
I
I'm
totally
really glad
agree.
they acknowledged it somewhere, even especially after they snubbed it in makeup. As we saw as they aired, cinematography went to Gravity.
Editing has kind of got an interesting race right now. It's really weird because Captain Phillips out of nowhere came and took editing, and everybody's just like jaw dropped.
The Guild.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be our next video.
Yes.
We're in the big ones now.
Which I won't be talking about either one of those movies as my pick, but that's personal. Continue.
The Big Eight adapted was a very pleasant surprise.
Yes.
That I was very, very pleased with that.
Completely agree.
I mean, yeah, a part of me wanted either Terrence Winter or Billy Ray, but I still fucking love Philomena.
Yeah, it's my number 10 of the year, actually.
And Steve Coogan winning a BAFTA, getting to witness that is awesome.
Which puts Steve Coogan in contention to win an Oscar. Not saying he will, I'm saying he's in contention now. John Ridley is not bulletproof.
Yeah.
This has now been proved. 12 Years a Slave is not the juggernaut it once was.
So this is, yes, I was very pleased to see that.
I wanted Terrence Winter to win this, but I think The Wolf of Wall Street was dead in the water in the BAFTAs for some reason, even though the world was
They didn't nominate it.
happen.
They didn't nominate it for picture.
That's the reason why.
Scorsese got in director, but they didn't nominate for picture. Screenplay was pretty obvious.
Yes.
Because I think I may have predicted Inside Llewyn Davis, but
You did,
Well,
and
for-
that's how I beat you 10-8 when it comes to actual predictions.
I mean, I don't know if it's the pressure of being on camera or what, but my predictions have been dog shit this year. When normally, believe it or not, normally I tend to be rather good at it.
He's way too good sometimes.
But
It gets annoying.
not this year at
No,
all.
this year I've been pretty good on mine because I haven't thought with my heart as much. But then again, sometimes I've thought with my heart, I've still been right.
Keep in mind, though, we did these predictions long before
Yes.
real results started coming out. So,
Yeah. Our BAFTA video was
But-
actually done on the spur of the moment.
yes, as of last night, American Hustle had no competition because Spike Jonze isn't here.
Yep.
Its biggest competition was probably Gravity.
Which is not even in the contention anywhere else.
Yeah.
The one thing they don't give Gravity is, well, they don't give Clooney anything. And then they don't give Gravity screenplay at all.
Which is a shame because Clooney's great in it.
I agree. But he's great in everything.
I mean, they do the whole always playing himself thing, but
yeah, he's awesome.
Director went to Corin.
Big shock there.
The world was stunned.
Yeah.
Okay. For a little bit there, I anticipated. My mind said, you know what? What if they say McQueen?
He was the only one that legitimately could have won, though. That's the thing. I wanted Russell to win this. He needed to win this. But McQueen was the only option. And then when something happened earlier on in the show happened, I was thinking, okay, 12 Years a Slave is not as powerful as we thought it was. But we'll talk about that as we progress, because apparently it's coming up next.
Yeah. I did not see this coming.
I didn't either, but I should have predicted because my heart's been with this movie the whole Oscar season.
What's interesting about this is generally the two televised awards that are just a good thing to have but don't really have any impact are the Globe and the Critics' Choice Award.
Yeah, they're just basically a chance to win something else.
And the two awards that really do matter because they're industry awards are SAG and BAFTA.
Correct.
Lupita Nyong'o and Jennifer Lawrence now have one of each.
Mm-hmm.
Lupita has SAG and Lawrence has BAFTA.
Which should have been the other way around if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because apparently the guilds really took regular guilds took to American Hustle, except for the PGA, the WGA, the DGA, but.
And Lawrence got the Globe and Lupita got the Critics' Choice.
Yep.
So
it's even now.
Yeah, it could be either one of them. Lawrence actually could win 2 years in a row.
It's a really good possibility.
And have one for each category.
She's the closest thing to Waltz we have this season when it comes to winning multiple times. I'm very happy to see that because I really want Lawrence to win because it would really help American Hustle right now because it really needs it.
I looked it up last night after I got back. This next win got a really good reaction.
I'm sure it did.
People are ecstatic over this win.
I saw this listed. It was one of the first things I accidentally found. It was I went to my email just to see if I got a message from eBay just to check on something I'm trying to buy right now, DVC points. And sure enough, Gold Derby posted, because I post my predictions of Gold Derby if you want to see them. They're Suro and Disney.
People at Gold Derby suck.
Yeah. But I like to keep my predictions online so I know what I did. Not just in notepads. That being said, I saw that supporting actor and supporting actress, I saw who won those. And I saw Lawrence won. I was like, yes, it's going to be awesome. And then I saw who won supporting actor. So the whole time, you can vouch for this, the whole time that this award's being given out, I'm staring at AJ because I'm curious to see what his response is going to be. Now, this is for the world.
That actually occurred to me. Because I saw you, because you were sitting up here, kind of in front of me, and so I saw my peripheral as you turn, because I knew that you knew.
Yes, I did.
And she was getting ready to open the envelope, and I saw you kind of turn and stare at me, and my head immediately said, "Why do I suddenly have a feeling it's not Fassbender?"
Those of you that thought Michael Fassbender, as great as he is as an actor, was going to win this season, period. You have been dead wrong the whole time.
As soon as the Leto snub happened, everybody in the world said, well, that's an easy win for Fassbender.
That's what we said it too. Well, we jumped in it as well. But then again, the BAFTA video was done, like I said, the end of January, so... beginning of January, sorry.
I really love Captain Phillips. I got it when it came out on DVD last month.
And you've become a bigger fan of it now.
It gets better every time you watch it. So I was ecstatic. I still personally would have preferred Daniel Bruhl, but I knew that was kind of a long shot.
Even though we said he was the dark horse too. It just shocked everyone.
And there's a great picture of everybody loves the fact that normally people tend to get bitter and not show up to stuff when they get snubbed. But Hanks has been at every award show supporting Barkat Abdi and Greengrass in the movie itself.
Yeah.
There's this picture that was posted online that Hanks took of himself. And it's Barkat Abdi and he's holding up the BAFTA and Hanks is next to him and he's screaming and he's just celebrating the win for him. And
it's funny, this whole spiel talking about this, we never mentioned Barkat Abdi's name until just now. And yes, that did happen, folks. Barkat Abdi won the supporting actor BAFTA.
That was insane. It's really good because he's so humble and polite.
Yeah, he really is, and he's awesome on his his TV performances, when he's doing interviews. I mean, he's a very likable guy.
Yeah, and he
thanks all the pirates. Even there's apparently another pirate named Barkat as well. And we found that out.
And he really did not expect for this to happen.
Of course not.
I loved the look on his face when they announced his name. And then if you read way back when the SAG nominations came out in December, and they posted celebrities' reactions, the statements they posted. People kind of give the I want to thank SAG and all that, and all my peers and all that shit.
Yep.
And some people had funny response. Emma Thompson always has a funny response.
Yes.
Barkat Abdi's response was he was watching the presentation and all of his friends were saying, dude, I think it's going to happen. And his response was kind of, I suppose it's a possibility, but I'm not really, you know, I don't really think it's gonna.
Don't get your hopes up, guys.
So when he talks about how surprised he is that he's getting this and the win, he's like totally genuine.
Some people just throw it off like it's a facade, like they're doing it just for the camera. He's doing it because he genuinely did not know it was going to happen. And no one did. I mean, this is now a resurgence for Captain Phillips. So much so, there's people that are saying that Captain Phillips is like the surprise shock at the Oscars right now, and I still don't think that's the case.
Well, there's always the case of people trying to make up for the Hanks Greengrass snubs.
Yeah.
They feel bad now.
It's possible, I guess, but I doubt it.
So, Blanchett won actress. But her speech.
I love Blue Jasmine. I went on record saying I love Blue Jasmine. I love Kate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine, but this is another story that I really want something else to win. I'm getting sick of seeing... I like Kate Blanchett. I do. She seems like a very likable person. But still, it's just kind of like, stop winning. I feel like I'm defeated now. Stop winning. This was Emma Thompson's only real chance because, she wasn't... Judi Dench was in second place, obviously, but this was her only real chance to actually win anything, and this was my hope that it might happen, but no. We said it was like, we want Judi Dench to win, but they're probably just going to be obvious and give it to Blanchett anyway.
I knew it was Blanchett undoubtedly, but I wanted so badly, as we predicted.
Yeah, exactly.
Back before the Blanchett sweep.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted Hardy to say, holy shit, it's Judi Dench.
And he would have said that in that situation as well. I'm sure he did. And there was a time I saw Hardy in the crowd, I thought it was Jared Leto, so that was awkward.
It was worth it for Blanchett to win because of her speech.
I agree with that completely. That was incredible, and that plays up the video that we recently put up as well.
Because she had been friends with Hoffman for like years.
Yeah.
So they had like a real friend, not just a Hollywood thing, but like a real friendship.
She didn't thank the Academy. She didn't thank SAG. She didn't thank BAFTA. She didn't thank Woody Allen. She literally just completely forgot about all that and just put over Hoffman and dedicated the award to him. And that was awesome. That made me basically say that even after I'm tired of her winning, she does that at the Academy Awards, I'm going to be extremely happy. It's going to sound like people are going to be like, oh, she's just doing it twice now because no one sold it to BAFTAs, but it's genuine though, and you can tell it's genuine. She has genuine emotion, and it's great to say, I want to thank so-and-so, and I want to thank my manager, and everybody that I've ever met in my entire life, and all the people that said I was going to suck, that look at me now. I mean, it was great to do that, but to thank Philip Seymour Hoffman, someone that she was truly friends with, I mean, that's awesome. Because we knew it was going to happen, we just didn't know he was going to do it.
Alright.
Excuse me.
So, a couple of weeks before last night actually took place, a lot of people jumped on this bandwagon that DiCaprio was going to take BAFTA and
Take the Oscar.
And take down McConaughey.
Pretty much what we said about Bruce Dern and SAG.
And both of us were saying, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of wishful thinking.
Yeah.
And sure enough, just as everybody should have been predicting, one thing I got right.
Yeah.
Of course it went to Chiwetel.
Even though there was a time that I was actually under the impression that there was a chance that 12 Years a Slave was going to go without an award.
Yeah, it did. By that point last night, it felt like anybody it could have been anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you have time to reflect on it, I mean, yeah, it looked odd that Lupita lost twice. I know the public voted for one of those, but still.
Yeah.
And John Ridley didn't even win.
Yeah, exactly.
It seemed to be this, but then of course that takes us into the last category we have.
Yeah. Which was another thing that everyone's predicted as well.
As the Golden Globes have showed us, and now the BAFTAs have showed us, 12 Years a Slave can pretty much not win a damn thing and still take Best Picture.
That's right.
It could be the first movie since Rebecca to win Best Picture and nothing else.
You know, I honestly think if that does happen at Oscar night, then I would not be surprised one bit right now. I really wouldn't.
Because it actually happened at the Globes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that the Globes matter, but it's happened in this season, so...
Yeah, so it could happen again, and it might.
So, was Chiwetel all it got otherwise?
Maybe some text, I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah, I think it. No, it actually was because it only won 2.
Oh.
Gravity won 8, I think, or 6 or 8, and they're all tech awards still. And Quarren and
So it's gonna be
cinematography.
All the King's Men in 1949 did that. It won Best Actor and Best Picture, and that's it. No, it won Best Supporting Actress. Excuse me. Sorry. That's a sign.
It's not going to. Sorry, and it's not going to win. I don't think it's definitely not winning actor.
Well, we're gonna discuss this all in the next video.
Yes, we will. So that was our BAFTA recap. Stephen Ray is a host. Stephen Fry. I don't know.
Stephen Ray's last movie was Underworld Awakening. I think.
I'm tired. Isn't that like the guy who was on News Radio is in Dodgeball? I really like him. I think he's really funny. Isn't that Stephen Ray?
No. It's Stephen Root. Stephen Ray is from The Crying Game.
You have to understand, we just shot an 1.5 hour long video putting over the career of Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm going to throw out a Mike Myers term from way back in the day. I'm a little verklempt right now. So, we get things messed up. So, yeah. Stephen Fry as a host was okay for what he was. He got a lot of stuff.
It's always either him or Jonathan Ross.
Yeah, it really is. There is no other option. It's like, is there anybody else? Like, why is Graham Norton not hosting? Is he too busy?
I was just going to say that.
He's the only one. They're always putting him over the fact that they're doing. It's like his show is going to be on later with some really A-list talent. Why is he not hosting?
Obviously love him.
Why is he not hosting? Yeah, he could be like Ricky Gervais without the connection to all the craziness that happens. Or why doesn't Ricky Gervais do it? That'd be interesting. It's an interesting clash right there. So yeah.
There's not as many big names to bring down.
Yeah, exactly. But that was our BAFTA recap. A little disjointed, but like I said, sorry, it's kind of a solemn day for a lot of reasons, so there's always that. We have 2 more of these recaps to do, one of which is going to be a really strange one. It's going to be talking about the Spirit Awards, which is one of those things that even AJ hadn't seen everything involved with the Spirit Awards.
Almost.
You're close, but you're not completely there. We always try to see everything if we possibly can. And then the big day, obviously March 2nd for the Oscars. So, yeah, there's always that. So, continue to watch our awards coverage here on Pop. We're going to be doing some more stuff to the fact. Check out Versus and all the wonderful programming here on Pop. So, in the meantime, thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And until tomorrow, boys and girls. That's all we got to say about that.